Hello?
Yep.
Alright, we're on. Let's see. Alright, so let's look at the ONEPLUS 8T that just got announced. Let's see. So I have it loaded up here on the screen. Never settle, their slogan. So they got their ultra fast charging and ultra smooth scrolling, and it retails right here for, it says $749. Pre-orders start October 14th, which is today, right after the event, which was at 11, and until the 21st of October. So it has a 120 hertz display, warp charge 65, so that was pretty cool. They got 5G and a 48 megapixel quad camera setup. I personally like the design of the back here of the camera module. What do you think?
Yeah, it's fine. To me, it all looks the same. I like that they kept it off to the corner. It doesn't add anything to it to me, and it doesn't take anything away. So I'm a little indifferent about it.
All right. Continuing on down. So yeah, we said they got the 120 hertz, which was pretty good. And then scrolling down, they made a huge deal about their display, because this is like DisplayMate rated it like an A+, and it was the first ever flat 120 hertz screen as well, I think they said.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is pretty cool.
Yes. It looked impressive. To me, I think the biggest thing is they upped the refresh rate to 120 hertz. So that was probably the biggest thing that drew me in about the display. Other than that, it was pretty standard. Flagship smartphone displays like that tend to be really good in terms of color accuracy and delay and such. So it's impressive to me they got it up to 120 hertz. Other than that, that's mostly what I expect out of a display.
Cough, Apple.
Yes. Yeah, we didn't harp on the display too much yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The OnePlus has been known to always be one step ahead than like most of the other competitors with having their low price point as well.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's impressive what they do.
It has the Snapdragon, Qualcomm Snapdragon. I believe was it the 865?
It was the 865, yeah,
865.
which
and then it's 5G.
Yes. So noticeably, I believe there's an 865 Plus. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, there is.
So there was a little bit of a step down on that processor. I don't know how it compares to the new Apple chip, the A14 Bionic.
I don't think anything compares to that. From what we've seen.
From what Apple has. Yeah, from what everything Apple has published, and nobody really seems to be trying to refute those claims, so they're either not confident enough to make them, or they just don't feel like it's worth it trying to enforce the validity of those. I suspect the 865 is still excellent. It's got to be smart enough to be powering the Samsung and the Android flagship phones. It's definitely a good processor, but I suspect Apple has beaten them up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And then we also have it was the UFS 3.1 storage, which is like wicked fast.
Yeah,
so that was pretty good.
Top of the line storage, which is that's good.
And they also made a pretty big deal about their cooling for gaming and stuff.
So I got a little bit to talk about here.
But yeah, you go.
Like many people, I've been known to use my phone a while, and every once in a while it'll get hot. That's pretty common. So the fact that they want to have improved cooling, that's good. I'm all on board with that. My issue with it is that I don't know. I mean, from what I've seen, it might be more in their Asian and Indian markets that maybe this is where it really appeals to them. I don't know a single person who does hardcore gaming on their phone. So they really pushed a lot about their gaming. You know how their display is good for gaming, how their battery is good for gaming, and all this sort of stuff. And yeah, I have been known to play a casual game once or twice, but I don't know. I don't see gaming moving into a mobile market on smartphones. At least anytime in the next 5 years. So by the time this phone's out of date, it still probably won't be very big in mobile markets like that. So I found it a little weird that they really wanted to push gaming. And like I said, this could be a North American thing. It definitely could be.
Yeah, I think there's definitely
but I'm a little interested.
Lots of other places, I think, around the world that mobile gaming is pretty big. Even in North America, I feel like it's still
In North America, it's definitely big, but I mean...
Because people just like having that convenience factor of just being able to play on the go, wherever.
Yeah, so maybe that's me. Or maybe that's just the area. I found it a little weird to see them push that so much. I mean, to be fair, Apple did the same thing. Apple brought out Riot Games and League of Legends, and OnePlus decided to pull out Fortnite and Epic. I guess just to stick it to Apple because of that lawsuit. But
they were unlike other stores, we have it on the store.
But each one is trying to show how these predominantly PC and console games can be played on their mobile machines, which is interesting. I'm always in favor of seeing it move to a mobile platform just for convenience. But I don't think, at least for me, I don't see myself giving up a real sit down, headphones on gaming experience for something I can stick in my pocket. I don't see that happening for me anytime soon. So that's sort of all I got to talk about on that. It was interesting, probably just my opinion, but it wasn't very... It just wasn't super influential to me.
Alright, then we got two colors. We have the Lunar Silver and Aquamarine Green. I personally like the aquamarine green the best because it has a little bit of the blue in there as well. Although the blue silver does look quite nice as well. And then I think they also at the very beginning of the event they announced a new color for the OnePlus Nord. It was like a charcoal or something.
Ashen gray.
Ashen gray.
Yeah, I think all the colors look good.
Yeah.
I love the.
Because you slap a case on it. But
I was gonna say I love the aquamarine green color. It's a little out there, but I mean I personally like it.
Yeah. And then next, one of the big things they were talking about was their cameras. So they have a 48 megapixel camera here. Here, I'll make it bigger on the screen for you guys. 1 second. Alright, so we, as you can see here, they have the 16 megapixel ultra wide angle camera with an aperture of f2.2. Field of view is 123 degrees, which is pretty good. Then for the main shooter, we have the 48 megapixel main camera, which is an IMX 586 OIS/EIS with an aperture of f1.75. Then again, they did this again on this phone as well as I think it was the Nord. They just want to have a ton of cameras, so they decided to add a macro lens, which is the dumbest thing in the entire world. And then they also added a monochrome lens. Is that the same? Is that the one with the X-ray thing that they had to like disable? I think it's that.
I think so. Yeah, so you can see OnePlus is taking a little bit of approach here. Apple tries to combine a lot of their stuff with like high zoom. Is generally incorporated with their main shooter camera, and OnePlus has gone the other way and just said, let's just take like 4 different cameras and put them on the same phone.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I think at this point the camera technology on both is what I would call good enough for a flagship, especially for the price point where this is $7,000. I suspect they're gonna be good enough. I think it's gonna come down to after image processing, how they interpret the colors and shadows. That'll define which camera is better. That's what I think is gonna happen. We haven't gotten any other than what OnePlus and Apple have released. I don't think we have any like third-party guys doing any like real test shoots with them. So I suspect in the next couple weeks we'll see those. Or actually, because I'm out till November, so in the next month, we'll see which camera really is better.
Yeah. And then they also, it looks like they improved on they're calling it Nightscape mode for their night shots. So some of these, as you guys can see, look pretty decent. Oh, this video does not look very good. That may just be my display, but this did not look
They just, it's just their version of a low light software.
Yeah.
As far as I know, OnePlus has never been on the forefront of low light image processing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, I suspect for the price point it's going to be good enough. But if you really are serious about taking like nice photos on a smartphone, I don't think you'd be getting this.
Yeah. iPhone.
iPhone.
Or Google Pixel.
I was going to say Pixel. I think the new Pixel isn't supposed to be as good as their previous generations. Or at least not taking the same steps that the previous generation did.
Same.
Yeah. I'd say probably iPhone or Pixel have probably some of the best image processing and low light cameras.
So you're not getting this phone for the camera especially, but at the $799 price point, like you're getting some other features that are like better than, let's say, like the iPhone 12, which is also retailing for that $799.
That's why I keep comparing it to the iPhone 12, is because it's very similar price points.
Yeah, it's actually
after upgrades, it's gonna be pretty similar.
Yeah.
Storage options and such. I'd like to take a quick moment. I don't know if you're gonna get around to it. They did a whole bit on Oxygen OS,
Yeah, I was just about to get down to that. Right
All
here,
right.
Oxygen OS 11. So smooth.
Yeah. So I have never personally been hands-on with Oxygen OS. I have used a couple Samsung phones, but I don't think they use Oxygen.
No,
Their own
they don't.
proprietary stuff.
I've used it in the store, in like the Sprint store, and it's like pretty nice.
Yeah. From what I've heard, it's pretty good. It's kind of just like a streamlined version of the Android software.
Yeah, it's like very stock, so it's like
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So I think Apple, where Apple has exceeded over Android markets, is in their usability. People are just used to it,
Yeah.
and it's very intuitive. Even if you are not used to it, you can pick it up pretty quick. In my experience, Android, in the past at least, has suffered with that a little bit. They struggled to get the struggled to get the usability to new users.
Yep.
So, from what I've heard, Oxygen OS is a pretty good place to start. So, I think it's probably Android's best competition to Apple. But at the same time, I don't think it's quite on the same level that whatever iOS 14 is on.
Yeah. And then they also had down here, they also introduced an always-on display finally.
Yep,
Apple
big fan of
should also
that.
do that.
Apple should do this, yes.
They did it on their. I think next time on the iPhone 13, my guess is once they really update the displays. And
Yeah, so
batteries,
iPhone 13, they're going to need to redo the display for both notch and refresh rate, so I would be surprised if they didn't. They'll also probably upgrade the battery, so I would be surprised if they didn't include an always-on display.
Yeah, but some of these ones look pretty nice. I don't know if you guys can see this on the screen, but some of them do look pretty nice. The time there. Some
Yeah,
notification.
I like the displays. I'm impressed with the amount of information they can put on always-on.
Yeah.
Without worrying about battery drain too much. So that was pretty impressive to me.
Yeah. And then was there anything else? Oh wait, phone new. So I guess they haven't actually released this website yet. I just found if you go in the URL and you just type in oneplus.com/AT, it'll actually bring you to this website.
Even though it's not officially published.
Even though it's not officially published. So
They did release their new earbuds though.
Yeah. So let's see.
Which I thought were really competitive.
Audio.
They're just $50.
What were they called again? Were they the?
I forget. It's whatever the newest version of their
the Buds.
the
Buds
fully
Z.
wireless. Buds Z, yeah.
Yeah, so here they are. I have them pulled up on the screen. Boost your bass with a 10
Yeah.
dynamic driver.
I was really impressed with the price point. Things like Raycon, they're starting to creep down in price, which I'm always happy about. But for something, they look pretty quality. If their claims are to be believed, they have similar sound quality to other premium, the Samsung Galaxy Buds or even Apple AirPods, at least first gen, probably second gen. Sound quality at essentially a third the price of your average Apple AirPods. So I was impressed with that.
Yeah. So those looked good. And then was there anything else that? Sorry. You can have up to 20 hours of listening time and charge for just 10 minutes, and you can get an impressive 3 hours of continuous playback. Which I thought was pretty cool.
Let's take a second to talk about their new Warp Charge 65. Was it?
Yes,
Something like that?
65.
Fast charging is something I cannot overstate how nice it is to have on phones. It is just, and so any improvement to that is greatly appreciated. So if their claims are to be believed, 60% in 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
If you looked at their graph, it looked like it was curving a little bit the other way. 60%, it'll slow down a little bit, but still, that's impressive.
That's
and
how they do. I believe the reason it slows down at the end, it goes up because normally at night when people plug their phones in, it'll charge it up to that 50 or 60%, and then until morning it will slowly keep.
Yeah, it'll just sort of trickle charge a little bit, and that's what most people want. They want a big burst of energy just right away, and then they don't need it to be up to full capacity. Because usually, if you're plugging your phone in, either at night you have the time that you need, or in the day you just need a quick boost. So. Yeah, I thought the way they did the battery was the battery and the charging was pretty good. Real quick, I forgot to talk about this yesterday. Apple, what the heck are you doing still using a lightning cable? USB-C is better in almost every single way, and you recognize that. Your branding for your new MacBooks, iPads, MacBooks, whatever, your branding is the support of the future. And you're right, it is. So get with the program and put it on your phones. You even, in the new box, your new cable is lightning to USB-C.
So I think they're waiting till it's either next year or the year after they're actually gonna get rid of that.
Oh, it better be next year. If it's not next year, I'm not getting it.
They're gonna get rid of ports altogether, and it will just be a wireless phone. They're gonna start.
Then if it's just gonna be wireless, then you need to get your wireless charging up to the standards of whatever quick charging your competitors have using wired cables.
Yeah, I think they're gonna.
So if you can do that, fine. That's okay. I suspect they won't be able to do it quite as well as they think they can, and so now you're losing some fast charging capabilities. I cannot understand why Apple has continued to stick to that stupid lightning cable. When it first came out, it was great. It was ahead of its time. And then they just kept dragging it through the mud until now it's clearly behind. That was, OnePlus is not new for doing USB-C charging, but Apple is definitely, clearly in the minority because it's a proprietary cable. But they're not only that, it's definitely they're definitely behind competitors in that sense.
Do you know what isn't bad? TJmerch.com. You can click over here and down in the description to pick up some merch. Alright, now back to OnePlus. They also, I was just checking out here, they're selling these bundles, so you can buy this all-in-one bundle. So I'm looking at this one here. So it comes with I don't know why they're calling it a bumper case because it covers the entirety of the phone. But it comes with a bumper case, 3D tempered glass screen protector, Type-C bullets, earbuds, as well as the 65-watt power charger and warp charge cable as well. So I think, I'm not sure, that obviously doesn't include the phone. So I'm not sure.
I'm assuming it's sort of like an accessory pack.
Yeah, but if you buy the phone, they come with the charger, right? And
it comes with the charger. I don't think it comes with the earbud. Yeah, I'm a little with you here. Upon first glance, the idea of having sort of an accessory bundle like that, I could totally get behind it. Especially Apple, now that they're not shipping the chargers. If they had something where they include earpods or AirPods, depending on what price point you have, and a charging cable and stuff like that. I could definitely get behind it. That's that price point for $114. I'm assuming most of it is coming from those earbuds.
And charging. But they're wired earbuds too.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I would say the rest of it could be $30. So
the USB-C earbuds. I'm actually not sure.
The price point seems a little high for what you're getting in there, especially because much of it comes in the box.
Yeah, so I'm a little...
And that specific one, but I'm not opposed to the idea of having a sort of accessories bundle.
Yeah, I like the idea of it.
Directly linked to a phone.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
I think if they flesh that out a little bit more, it could definitely be appealing. Especially, I don't know what sort of discounts they're offering for a bundle like that. But because they know they're getting, a guaranteed, whatever it is, $100, $200 on this bundle, they could probably chop a little bit of the price off than if you bought them all individually. I could definitely see that being profitable. Every store, including Apple, especially Apple, because they use a lot of proprietary stuff.
Yeah. And then I'm looking at the cases here. This one looks pretty cool. The OnePlus Quantum Bumper Case Sideboard Cyan. Have you seen that?
I'm seeing it right now. It's
looks pretty cool.
Definitely out there. I think it looks good.
I think it looks good as
Maybe
well.
a tad bit on the tacky side, but I mean, it's cases are they're a personal thing. People, third-party case markets have done so well because you can at that point get anything you want on a case, which mainstream providers like Apple or OnePlus or Samsung can't do. So it's neat. That's about it.
Yeah, and it looks like they've dropped the price on some of their older phones. So you can actually, I didn't actually know you can buy a OnePlus 7T Pro 5G McLaren edition. Now it's down. Oh, just happened. Looks like my camera just turned off. It's actually now down to just $700, which is pretty cool. It dropped from $900, so I find that.
That's neat, but is it not also directly competing with their new flagship?
It is, but just like how Apple brings down their prices for like the 10R and phones like that, I feel like this is kind of. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something similar to what Apple has done, and there's a reason for that. A lot of people are looking for, they don't mind paying for last-gen products.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a marketing reason behind doing that.
Yeah,
so I'm not surprised they've followed in their footsteps.
That one's down $200. The OnePlus 8 Pro is down $100, so it's now $800 as well, just like the OnePlus 8T. Then the OnePlus 8 is now down from $700 to $600, and then let's see, the OnePlus 7T is down to $449 from $600, so that's pretty good. And then the OnePlus 7 Pro is down to $500. So not too significant prices, but I could definitely see the OnePlus 7T Pro being a viable option for some people if they want that cool McLaren edition.
For sure. For sure. Definitely a short event though. It was only an hour or something like that?
Yeah, I actually don't even know if it even was an hour. I think it was
like 40, maybe even 45 minutes.
I think it was 40 or 45 minutes.
It was definitely a short event. I mean, as far as I know, OnePlus is really pretty much sticking to phones, so they didn't exactly have a whole lot else to. They talked about diversifying their product lineup. It looked like they had some sketches of some smartwatches.
They said hopefully those will come out soon.
I would be super into more smartwatch competition from mainstream providers, like OnePlus or Samsung, to give sort of Apple Watch a run for its money.
So back to the bundles for 1 second. You can actually get a OnePlus 8T pop-up bundle, SIM-free, either green or gray, 12 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, as you guys can see on the screen, and that's actually just $749, so just $50 more, and you get like this nice box with a bundle. I actually head back over to
It's a bundle. So what bundle is it though?
Yeah, so here I'm looking at, they publish it on their Twitter page. I think it comes with a case or two, as well as maybe some of their earbuds. I can't get an early access to the OnePlus 8T pop-up bundle, which includes a pair of OnePlus buds, which are their wireless earbuds. So I think you pay like.
Oh yeah.
So that's actually like a pretty good.
$50 more for earbuds, a couple cases, some other goodies. Yeah, that would that's appealing.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, it's got your favorite case in there too.
Yes, exactly.
The crazy robot one.
Cyber.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, so I think this is pretty cool. If you guys didn't check out the event, you guys can check that out on OnePlus's website, and then hopefully I'll get to see if I can get one to unbox or something. If not, I think Marquez Brownlee as well as Mr. Who's the Boss just released some videos introducing those, and then we'll be back here on the 28th of October for the new AMD graphics cards, which are coming out soon, which I'm very excited for.
Very excited for those. Let's see if, NVIDIA just had a big launch.
Yeah.
The 30 lineup is looking more powerful than ever, but AMD already came back on Intel. Let's see if they can bring it back on the graphics front as well.
Hopefully they do. So if there is no other events before that one, then we'll see you guys at that event. But if there is another event before then we will try to hop on the live stream for that. So stay tuned. And I'm Jake, the tech professor.